The work we're doing with the Interchurch Outreach Network is critical. New Bedford has a significant issue with substances, specifically opioid overdoses. We're one of the highest rates in the state. And so we embraced the challenge to really do something about this and reached out to the Interchurch Outreach Network for that.
I came to the city of New Bedford to establish a brand new church from the church that I was sent from. The men and women that we employ to ride along with us in the police, to do home visits, to do Healthy Choices, a program here at the ICC, to get involved with the STAPP program. None of us have been offered money to do the work.
Faith leaders are not necessarily adept at substance abuse treatment referrals, those kinds of things. So our focus has been to try to bring up that education level. Over the last 2 years, we've trained over 80 faith leaders. We've tailored it a bit to match a community setting, but it incorporates motivational interviewing, understanding of treatment resources, and some basic addiction 101.
One of the things that we get trained in is the BNI, the brief negotiated interview. How to converse with someone in an addiction problem to be able to understand what they're doing to themselves.
Glorious, shining so glorious.
And the Bible says this can affect anyone, anywhere, at any time. This problem exists in areas that you wouldn't even suspect.
We include, as part of our ongoing training, Narcan training. And so some of the faith leaders have also been trained in Narcan.
One particular pastor said, "I believe my head has been in the sand and that I've been ignoring it, and I can no longer afford to do so." Another pastor mentioned the fact that his approach took a condemning type of approach versus embracing them lovingly. So we taught them particular protocols that we have learned.
We can be very judgmental. You get the tough love, you get in their face. Do you realize, do you know? Well, let's reverse that. When somebody comes to you and starts accusing you or telling you that you do this, our first reaction is always to defend ourselves.
There's been some reluctance on some of the pastors because they don't know what they're committing themselves to.
And so again, sometimes even those of us who are supposed to deal in compassion have to learn how to be compassionate. Just because the grant ends doesn't mean the problem's gone. And that's one of the strengths of the people of faith, that we're still going to be here. We're not going away just because of that.
We came together years and years ago, but our relationship stayed and sustained.
Being able to work with the people that work in the field gives you a sense of who you can count on, but also gives them a sense of who they can count on. It's about learning and trusting one another, and it is about getting outside of our comfort zone, working only in the house of faith, to working in the community, which is where I believe we belong in the first place.
Rev and Pastor Lima are leading the charge in terms of educating their peers and really building a strong collaborative approach to doing this.
People need to be communicated with hope, that even though your situation today looks helpless and hopeless, there is hope if you are admitting to the fact that you need help.